Upon entering this video, you may already feel drawn to a certain group of cards. If so, then that is the group of cards for your reading, but if not, go ahead and take a few moments now to center in your energy with me. Taking a deep breath in and out. In and out. Continuing to breathe deeply as I welcome you in here. So hey YouTube family, welcome back, and welcome in to those of you just tuning in for the first time. Hi, I'm Venus and I will be your reader for the duration of this video. This is a general pick a card reading, so do choose the group of cards that you feel most drawn to. Whichever group of cards you find yourself looking at most, kind of, your attention is being guided more to whichever one. If you need more time, you can always pause the video. But like I said, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what does not. This is a self-improvement pick a card reading. So how you're going to know if it resonates with you, we're going to pull out some strengths and weaknesses. And from that, you'll kind of be able to tell if the rest of the reading is going to resonate. Okay? And so with that being said, my intentions for these readings are always in clarity, to offer clarity, guidance, healing, as well as the hopes that whoever comes in resonates with these messages will be put into their highest alignment, be shifted into their highest alignment. And I do pick these cards with divine source energy in mind. That is what I make the intention to connect to, so that you know that these messages are coming from a place of higher alignment and that it will help you in turn. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. We have 3 beautiful rose quartz here, 3 different tarot decks. Okay, right over here, this is group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. So we're going to start with group number 1. Alrighty, and welcome into those of you who chose group number 1 for your reading. So we're going to go ahead and jump right on in. As I said in the introduction, we're going to be taking a look at some strengths and some weaknesses. So the first 2 cards up here, these are going to be your strengths. So let's go ahead and talk about these first before I show all the other cards. So as a strength, we have you coming through as this beautiful King of Swords, okay? So you are coming through with divine masculine energy, and don't worry, okay, this doesn't refer to gender, to male or female. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. We have, yin and yang, light and dark. So when I refer to divine masculine energy, divine feminine energy, that is what I'm talking about. And you're also coming through as the 4 of Swords. So one of your strengths, first of all, your divine masculine energy is very, very empowered, and it is coming through as the King of Swords. Now the King of Swords, this person can tend to be very logical, very straightforward thinking. This person is intelligent, okay, very witty. And this person, this is air. This is the element of air. This is swords. This is the King of Swords. So this is all about the mind. This is about our direct consciousness and our collective consciousness as well. This is intelligence. This is our intuition. So your divine masculine is very powerful in that it's really good at discernment. I feel when it comes to King of Swords, this type of actualization of divine masculine energy is very good at discerning truth from, fiction, falsehoods. They're very good at, catching lies. They're very good at just being also very logical. Like I said, these people are very quick-witted, okay? Overall, someone who's very good in the realm of the mind, right? We have the 4 suits, swords, earth. We have pentacles, which is earth. We have cups, which is water. And we have wands, which is fire. So at times, the King of Swords can be a little bit cold and detached. But this detachment is actually a very good superpower, because this detachment is what lets the King of Swords differentiate, you know, what are my feelings, and then what am I picking up from other people? What is, you know, my belief, and what is this other person's belief? They're very good at, how can I say, not mixing energy with other people. So let's say you have a partner that you are with, and you know, y'all do the things together, and sometimes people, they may get so involved in the energy of the other person that they start picking up little traits. You know, they start acting like their person, they start talking like their person, they start behaving like their person, and even, you know, feeling the same things as their person. This is very subtle energy that we're talking about that not a lot of people are aware of. And with the King of Swords coming through, one being in his masculine energy, this is very grounded energy, which then comes this discernment, okay? And so, like I said, King of Swords is very good at separating, of detaching these things, okay? He's not going to let his emotions, you know, dictate what he does and dictate what he says. And, you know, he's very logical. He thinks things through, okay, before opening his mouth, before saying anything. Although at times when he does open his mouth, he can seem a bit blunt, a bit cold, and people are like, whoa, that was out of nowhere, or like, that was very rude, or like, you know. And I feel like with the King of Swords, it's very calculated. Even when they seem like they're talking on impulse, this is something that they will stand by. They'll say what they stand by, and they'll say what they believe in. So this is one of your strengths. You are coming through as this divine masculine King of Swords, and we also have the 4 of Swords as well. So with the 4 of Swords, this is all about taking a step back. This is all about resting and introspection and rejuvenating one's energies, but as well as going within and reflecting, okay? As we can see, we have a man here, could be dead, but he's, you know, laying down. And so this is this whole idea of going within and introspection. So it seems that one of your strengths right now at present is really taking that space, you know, putting up those boundaries, taking some time to yourself. This has been helping you immensely, and it's also helping you sharpen your wit, but as well as sharpen and strengthen your connection to self, as well as connection to source energy, to that, once again, collective consciousness. You know, this is almost giving me meditation energy coming through. So it's like the more time you spend by yourself, reflecting upon yourself and thinking things through. You could be the type of person who thinks about everything, the hows, what's, when's, why's, you know. And you could also be somebody who is very into like mysteries, conspiracies, or just, you know, history. You love learning, you love looking deeply into things. And so these are your strengths, and these have been working very, very well for you. And I'm being called to point out once again, reiterating the 4 of Swords, it feels like you may have pulled your energy back from something, somebody, or a group of people, or, you know, you have just, almost, it feels like you're retreating and disconnecting from the world. And I'm getting that, you know, this has helped put you in this powerful divine masculine energy, the strengthened divine masculine energy. So it's been working really well for you. Okay, and I'm also hearing that this is somebody who is good with words. So you could be, you know, a poet, a lyricist, or a writer, or just somebody who always knows how to articulate certain things. Okay, so these are your strengths. Now let's go ahead and take a look at your weaknesses. If you have resonated with that, then most likely the rest of this video is going to be for you. So weakness, we have Queen of Swords, and we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, so your weakness. It's saying while your divine masculine energy is very, very strong, it's saying that you may need to be working on your divine feminine energy. And the Queen of Swords, when she comes through as a weakness, this can be somebody who, if we think about the negatives of feminine energy is depth, it is emotion, and when it comes to as Queen of Swords, this is the element of air, right? Like we said, this is swords, this is all about our communication, our thinking, our logic, our connection to higher consciousness. So when she's coming through as a weakness, you could definitely be, struggle with, you could be struggling with your feelings. You could be, as far as a weak feminine inner energy comes through, this can be someone who struggles to nurture themselves, somebody who struggles with their feelings. Okay, this could be somebody who, when you're too much in this masculine, divine masculine energy, this can kind of project or actualize as, I'm going to detach from my feelings for a minute and put them aside in this box, and I'm going to go, do my hustle, do my grind, work on what I need to do just to get through the day. And then at the end of the day, you never revisit those emotions or that divine feminine energy. You never let that divine feminine energy come out, to kind of let her walls down, to cry if she needs to be frustrated if she needs to. So this can actualize as not really giving your emotions the attention that it needs. While it is healthy to sometimes detach from certain situations, people, things, okay, you may not be connecting fully with yourself. Okay, and we have the Eight of Wands. So this is swiftness, and this is communication coming through. Swift communication. Okay. And yeah, so this could definitely be somebody who just does not consider feelings at all when communicating, yours or, your feelings or another person's. So right now, at present, what is weak, what needs to be strengthened and focused on more is strengthening that divine feminine energy. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we can do that. We have the Emperor in the reverse. And we have Temperance. Okay, so the message is simple. When the Emperor coming through in the reverse, you're being asked to simply let go of control. You're being asked to you're being asked to let go of your control, let go of this whole idea of, King of Swords, Emperor energy, very similar in a sense that, when you're the king, you're the king. Divine masculine energy, he goes out, he gets things done, he makes things happen. This is action-oriented energy. The Emperor in reverse is asking you to loosen your grip just a little bit, okay? It's saying you don't have to be so rigid and so protective. I'm hearing for some of you, this divine feminine energy may have a struggle or have a hard time coming out of you, being pulled out of you, because you may be forced to be in this deep masculine energy for reasons of either feeling unsafe, not feeling like it's okay for you to be vulnerable at the time. Maybe the people around you are not supporting your vulnerability and are pushing you into your masculine energy. Okay? So the Emperor is saying, loosen up your control, and give into that feminine energy. It can be really, really hard when you are in survival mode, or when you have just, gotten out of something really bad, or if you're in just a very low state in life and you can't even, you're in this self-improvement reading for a reason. So clearly you know that there's something that you feel that there are things that you need to do to improve in your life, to improve yourself. Okay? And so it can be hard for your divine feminine side to come out if you are in this mindset of feeling like something is wrong with you, feeling like you need to fix something, feeling, it creates this space of like, I can't be vulnerable even with myself. So Loosen control. You don't need to be perfect, okay? Nothing is ever perfect. You don't need to have everything, you don't need to have the empire. You don't need to have everything 100% all the time. Allow yourself to be in your emotions and allow yourself to be in your femininity. Excuse me. Ooh, I need to drink some water really quickly. Okay, and one more thing that is coming to mind, I'm getting the Queen of Swords and I'm seeing this 8. And it's almost as if it's saying, the divine feminine side of you, that side of you that harbors all the hard emotions, that carries, your joys and your sorrows. And that side of you is wanting to communicate. And there's almost like this urgency to communicate. Something wants to be expressed, something wants to come out. Okay, and I'm feeling that there's some type of rigid structures in your life. Okay, perhaps you're on this really tight schedule, or you have no time to tap into that feminine side, which is through, embracing your emotions, being vulnerable, being nurturing towards yourself, soothing yourself. This can also be tapping into creativity. So it could just be a matter of making time for those things as well. And then we have the Temperance card coming through. And Temperance, this is all about balance. So quite simply, it's just balancing your masculine energies and your feminine energies. You need a strong inner masculine energy for your inner feminine to thrive, as well as you need a strong inner feminine energy for your masculine to thrive. So right now you have this thriving masculine energy and you're just, being called to strengthen and balance out this feminine side right here. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at an area that you need to focus on in your life. And depending on the suit, whether it's pentacles, cups, wands, that's going to point out a very specific area of your life. So we have the King of Pentacles and we have the Two of Wands. Okay, so for the first card out as King of Pentacles, this is the earth element. So this is saying that right now what needs your most focus, aside from this self-work that you're doing, the area in life that needs the rest of your focus, it's going to be in your career, your health, your money, finances, anything on this physical external world. Okay, so and this is again King of Pentacles, so this is divine masculine energy, so this is action oriented energy. So it means that you need to be taking action in this area in your life. So this could be, going out there and seeking or getting more opportunities when it comes to work or making money. This can be taking action in your health and deciding to go to the gym or starting to eat more healthy. Okay, this can talk about taking action on your foundations, building something that is going to start lasting you, building your foundation and building yourself up for future success. Okay, and the supporting card coming through, we have the Two of Wands, and this is all about forward thinking. This is about looking where to go from here. This is, this man in this card, he has this globe in his hand, okay? The world is literally in his hands. And this is kind of the energy that you need to perceive your physical external reality with. You need to start looking at everything outside of you and saying, the world is mine. I can have, do, be anything I want. I just have to sit down and put the work into it. And so this is kind of the energy that you are being called to approach, once again, your external realities with. So to sum it up, basically, you need to learn to work on balancing that divine feminine energy within yourself, creating space to communicate your emotions, express yourself, either creatively, man, I cannot talk for some reason right now, and then also, taking the time out to nurture yourself, taking the time out to soothe and heal yourself. Right? It's, detachment can be such a beautiful thing, but if you're always detached, you could end up, unknowingly to yourself building up a wall. You know, you could get so comfortable being detached from your emotions and not feeling anything that it actually becomes scary having to face those things again. And so you are being called to just slowly step back into that and balance that out. So with that being said, this was your reading. I hope it resonated. If you liked it, please give me a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe. If not, it's okay, no hard feelings. And if you really, 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 really liked it, I am open to private readings, so you can see more information on that in the description box below. With that being said, I wish you guys the best of luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Alrighty, and hello group number 2. Welcome into your reading. We're just going to go ahead and jump right on in. Now, as I said before in the beginning, this is going to be, the first 2 cards we're going to pull out is going to be the strength, something that you are doing really good right now, what is really working for you right now, and what you need to continue doing and empowering yourself in. Now, if that resonates with you, then the rest of this reading is going to resonate. If it doesn't, I recommend going back and, you know, picking another group or checking out any of the other beautiful tarot readers out here in this YouTube tarot community, or even taking a look at any of my other videos as well. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right on in and show you your strengths. So we have the Page of Cups coming through first and foremost. And then we also have the 9 of Cups. So let's go ahead and discuss it just a little bit. So with the Page of Cups, I get this feeling that you may be approaching life. You may approach things just in general in a very childlike, almost sense of awe, sense of wonderment, okay? I feel like you could be somebody who's just very easy to make happy, very easy to please. You could be the type of person who is just always curious, always excited, always giddy. You can be somebody who is always smiling and happy, somebody who just has this childlike sense of wonderment when they approach the world and when they filter the world. And coming through as the Page of Cups, this is also somebody who is very deeply sensitive, somebody who is, you know, they can be very in tune with the spiritual world, with their intuition, but it may not be well practiced quite yet. Or this can also be somebody who doesn't quite know how to handle or deal with their emotions, or you could still be a bit naive in some aspects when it comes to just your emotions and the world and the way that you communicate with other people. Let's say when it comes to other people's feelings and emotions, what I mean by that naivety is, you know, you can maybe be looking through things with like these rose-colored glasses. Okay, this can be somebody who tends to see the best in everyone, and these are coming through as strengths, okay? This is a strength of yours. Okay, and we also have the 9 of Cups. So the 9 of Cups, as you can see, we have this man here, and he's got his arms crossed. You know, he has a little smile on his face, and he has all these cups lined up behind him, like, yeah, you know, I got these cups. And with that being said, I feel like you can tend to be a very confident person. But the thing about this confidence, which I find quite interesting, is because, you know, normally this would represent, this energy would be somebody who's kind of arrogant, almost a bit cocky, somebody who, you know, just a bit, once again, it's like arrogance, right? Like this person needs to be humble type energy, but I'm not picking that up at all from you. Especially with this Page of Cups coming through, it almost just seems like you have such an innocent and like pure-hearted and like big-hearted outlook in life, like just such a pure, like I'm getting like Leo energy, but like very, you know, sunny energy. And you're very positive, and you're also, you know, you could tend to be somebody who's very happy. And, you know, with that being said, I feel like you may have this confidence about you, and maybe you aren't even confident, but the way you carry yourself, you know, makes it look like you are very confident. And people will see that, and what I'm getting from this card is people see that energy, and it almost, in a sense, like triggers them just a little bit, because you are kind of like this light that everybody sees. And I'm hearing that sometimes people think that you need to be humbled, which is kind of crazy, because again, like I said, you're coming through as a Page of Cups. Like, a Page of Cups is like, this is not somebody that you would pick a fight with. Like, this is the most innocent, like learning, like student type, like new soul, like new to, like, not even new soul. It could also just be just excited about life type energy. Like, based on all the quartz, like if you put the Page of Cups next to the Knight of Cups, or like the King of Cups, who's winning in a fight? Definitely not the Page. So it almost feels like people are inflating a projection of you. Okay, it's like they have this perception that you are this person who is you know, either very confident, and sometimes that can trigger people, and some, you know, people thinking that they have to humble you, or that you need to be humbled, or like, oh, this person's all that, you know, stuff like that. But really, it's just because they're triggered by just this very pure energy that you have. Their ego cannot around your energy. It's crazy what I'm picking up from this. It's wild. And I'm also getting that, you know, you could very well have been a person who has just even gone through a lot of hardship, and this, which makes it interesting, because then you still carry this childlike sense of wonderment with you. You still have that, you know, it's like your innocence cannot be defeated no matter what. Right? Because if we think about it, this is the Nine of Cups. And the 9 is always leading up to an ending. So you are somebody who is, you know, well-traveled in a sense, or well, you know, versed in a sense. Like, this isn't your first rodeo and whatever, you know, like to go from 1 to 9, like, you've done the whole journey in this suit. Okay? You earned these cups behind you. People only see the results, whether the result is you in all your shining glory, or whether the result is, you know, what you have built and made for yourself and achieved for yourself. People only see those things. And it is very ego triggering for a lot of people, because you carry yourself. I don't know. Something about people like really feeling like they need to humble you. But this is a strength of yours, okay? Because it's nothing wrong from you, and don't even think that you have to change anything about it. Because like I said, it almost feels like you trigger people's egos, but in the best way possible. Okay? And, you know, I feel like for some of you, it can oftentimes be a bit of an annoying or tedious thing to encounter. And it could also be very frustrating, but sometimes you have to realize that your light needs to be a catalyst for other people, and oftentimes the way people respond to that light is not always going to be, you know, what you want it to be, but it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. So let's go ahead and take a look at your weaknesses. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Swords. What else? So I did pick these two to clarify. And okay, so let's talk about this. So coming through as a weakness, we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, this is earth element. So the Queen of Pentacles is very nurturing. She's very giving and forgiving. And, you know, this is very motherly energy. Okay, and this is earth element. Pentacles is earth. And earth is all about our external, our material possessions. Sorry, I'm just trying to focus this in, if it would let me, so you can see the beautiful queen. Man. Focus. Okay, there we go. Right, so this is earth. This is the earth element. So the Queen of Pentacles, being a queen, she's very abundant. Okay, you could be somebody who's very, very giving and very forgiving, like I said. So this is coming through as a weakness. Okay. And we have the Two of Swords. So with the Queen of Pentacles here, this is telling me that you are somebody who is naturally very, very abundant. Okay. You have this generator energy because this is coming through as a queen, so that is divine feminine energy. And in the element of earth, to me this translates as somebody who can call to them all that they need and all that they want, a form of manifestation. Like, you are a very abundant person in your energy, but there's a block going on. There's something blocking it. We have the Two of Swords right here. Okay, so this is this is a blockage coming through. And as you can see, we have the Two Swords, and she's got them crossed over her chest, and she has blindfolds on. So if she were to take off the blindfold, she would see that everything around her, there's no need for her to be defensive, to have her swords up. There's no war going on. Nobody's out to get her. Nobody's fighting her. We have this backdrop of water and the moon. Okay? So this is saying that this person is defensive because of something that probably happened in the past that really hurt them emotionally. Okay, left them very emotionally scarred. And so there's some type of blockage going on. This is giving me closed heart chakra energy. And if you've ever seen those diagrams of how human energy radiates from the body, it all centers kind of, in our heart space. And so if our energy comes through from that heart center, and we have a blocked heart center, it may be slowing down some manifestations, because we have the Knight of Pentacles coming through. The Knight of Pentacles, the Knights always come through bringing something. And the Knight of Pentacles wants to bring his queen all the abundance and bounty that he has reaped and brought back from foreign lands, from afar. But again, it's coming very slow, okay? This is the element of earth, and earth is one of the slowest moving elements in all of the deck. So it's coming very slow, and we can't move to the next chapter, the Chariot. This is evolution. This is next phase. This is, moving on to the next chapter, turning a new leaf. We can't do that because we do have that blocked heart space, that blocked heart chakra coming through. So what can we do to kind of alleviate this? What can we do to make it better, to heal this weakness, and to, start strengthening it? So on the one hand, for some of you, I'm getting that, first of all, you are way too forgiving, and you are way too giving of yourself. I'm getting that some of you may not have boundaries, and you continuously allow yourself to be hurt, which is why, like, these defenses over time slowly just keep going up, 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 and up. Okay, because of this continuously allowing people to either betray your trust, to hurt you, to cross your boundaries, and you may not even realize it, okay? But your feelings know what's happening. So let me say that again. You may not even realize that it's happening, but your feelings know what's happening. And if one day you wake up and you're like, why do I feel so closed off? Why do I feel like, I can't give anymore? It's because your brain subconsciously will always do anything that it can to protect you. You have to understand that. So if you are constantly in dynamics or environments where you are being put through constant amount of stress, where your feelings are oftentimes being attacked, whether you acknowledge it or not, your brain is going to start protecting you. It's either going to do that by way of, blacking out certain things, ignoring certain things, maybe even causing you not to feel or be in touch with certain things for your survival. So that's something that you need to start becoming conscious of. That's a very important message for some of you. So with that being said, let's go take a look and see how we can heal this. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Knight of Wands as well. can get this to focus. Okay. And we have the 6 of Swords and the 8 of Cups as well. Okay. So the overall message from these cards with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is saying, you know, that's the way life goes sometimes. And I'm leading into something here, but this is saying that you need to accept what has happened thus far. You need to accept the way that the wheel decided to turn, and you need to accept where you are right now. Some of you may be resisting your present moment, and what I'm getting from these 2 cards right here, we have the 6 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. Alright, with the 6 of Swords, this is talking about having to move away from something. It could be a physical move, or it could be more of a, you know, having to let go of something, leave something behind. And it was a very reluctant choice, and it could have been a choice that brought a lot of grief, brought a lot of stress. Okay, it could have been something that was really eating away at your mind for a very, very long time. You had to walk away from something. And with the 8 of Cups, you had to emotionally detach from it for a while as well. Okay, this is something that you had to kind of ignore or, you know, separate your emotions from for a minute. This could be why this 2 of Swords is creeping up on you. Because it seems by heart you are naturally this very light, open, you know, sunshiny, innocent, pure energy of a person. Very nurturing and abundant at heart. But, and you know, like I said before, it's like there was something that happened, and so, you know, you could have had to have left something behind, said goodbye to something or somebody, and you really had to, you know, at some point in that journey, you had to, it was becoming so much where you had to just emotionally walk away from it as well. As much as you felt about it, you're like, I can't think about this anymore. You know, it's making me stagnant, it's not helping. And you just tucked your emotions away. Something of that nature. And like I said, it built up that 2 of Swords, that little defense mechanism, which started creating a blockage around your heart space. So the advice would be to learn how to open your heart chakra again. That's just fancy spiritual talk for getting in tune with your heart space. Expressing your emotions, allowing yourself to feel the difficult emotions, confronting the difficult things, and giving yourself freedom to express. Okay? Because, like I said, that is the reason why, you know, manifestations or things may be moving slowly, the reason why you may not be moving on to the next chapter in your life. And then the advice, once again, is to accept where things are. Now we also have the the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands, this is the element of fire. So this is our energy, our momentum, our inspirations. This is our primal instincts. Okay? Try to focus him in here. Knight of Wands. Okay, so this is saying, you know, you have to approach things right now as the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is interested in what, you know, sparks him up, what gives him that adrenaline rush, what makes him feel alive. So this is saying focus on your creativity, focus on your energy. The Knight of Wands is not going to sit around and mope. He's going to go move on to the next best thing and have fun while doing it. Okay, the Knight of Wands may be a bit impulsive, a bit hot-headed, but this is all to represent that very primal instinct, that impulsive nature, our energy force, our life force even. So the Knight of Wands is saying go out there and start doing what you love doing. Start doing what you think is cool. Start doing what you think is fun. Okay? And live life to the fullest in your highest energy. What I'm getting, I'm being called to kind of put these 2 characters together. this is what you are evolving into. Keep that innocence and keep that childlike sense of awe and wonderment, and keep that, you know, your sensitivity, and in fact, even keep her too. Keep the nurturing, keep the abundant energy, that pure divine feminine energy that you may have. Okay, and let it work for you. This is what I'm seeing with these two cards together. This is somebody who, this is almost like vagabond, adventurer, you know, fun type person. Like, this is somebody who just goes and lives their life to the fullest. You know, they go to work, they're a good vibe at work, they get their money, they clock out, they go home, you know, they're a good vibe at home. And they go out, do what they want to do. You know, if they've always wanted to learn a new language, they go and learn it. If they always wanted to be on a yacht, they go on a yacht. If they want to go to the beach on the weekend, they'll go to the beach. And it's like, this is a person who is just positive, you know, optimistic, no matter what. And I'm not saying like toxic positivity, as in ignore everything else and just be happy. This is a person who, it's almost like Mac Miller has a song that's like, no matter where life takes me, find me with a smile, pursuit to be happy, only laughing like a child. That's the energy that I'm getting from this, and that's kind of the mindset that you have to be within yourself. Another line in that song, he says, what was it? He goes, if we gotta fight, I'll be down for the war. Like, this is like somebody who's like, no matter what life throws at me, I'm going to deal with the hard emotions and heavy emotions, and I'm just going to do my best to be happy no matter what. So really tap into your energy. Start bringing your energy levels up, start bringing up your momentum, and start tackling life and just having a blast and having fun and doing what you've always wanted to do, okay? That's how you're going to begin to heal this weakened energy right here. Okay? I'm getting, you give so much to others that you don't realize how much you can be giving to yourself. And so once you start putting yourself out there and doing the things that you love and doing the things that you enjoy doing and doing the things that really light you up, that you feel called to do, even if it seems like out of the ordinary, even if it seems like it doesn't make sense, follow those instincts, okay? Let's say you're focused on making money and all of a sudden you have just like this impulse to go out and go to the city. And you're like, well, I can't go to the city because I need to be home working from home right now. And if I go out to the city, like, I'm not going to be making money and I want to make more money. But it could be like the universe is trying to lead you to an opportunity that is going on in the city. You feel me? So this is saying to really tap into yourself. And in following and pursuing the things that light you up, you know, opportunities will flow in. Your momentum and your energy will become even bigger. And you'll begin to manifest and clear that blockage. And then things will start to flow to you even more, a lot faster. And then you'll have even more to give to others. So the time is to take care of yourself. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at one area in life that you really need to really hone in on and focus on. So depending on the element that is shown here, that is going to be the area that you need. And so, okay, we have King of Pentacles coming through in the reverse. And then to clarify, we have the Two of Cups. So King of Pentacles in reverse. This is the divine counterpart to the Queen of Pentacles. And this is the earth element. So again, earth element is everything in your physical external reality. This is everything that, this is your health, your wealth, your career, your finances. This is your foundations, your sense of security, what you are building in your life. And it's saying right now your divine masculine energy, your inner divine masculine is completely turned around, out of balance almost, okay? So you need to start strengthening this divine masculine energy and putting it in the upright, okay? So this is to start taking action in terms of your health, start taking action in terms of your career and your finances, start taking action in terms of your external life, the life that you are building. Start laying down the foundations that will promise you future success, okay? So I believe that this card came out in the previous reading as well, and like I said in that reading, I was saying that, you know, in order for your divine feminine energy to flourish, you need to have a strong masculine energy. And in order for your divine masculine energy to flourish, you need to have a strong feminine energy. And so right now you can be really like extremely good in that feminine energy, and you just need to work on strengthening that masculine. And to clarify, we have the Two of Cups as well, which is all about harmonious union. And so this to me represents that inner balance, that inner harmony between both your masculine and feminine aspects. Knowing when to take action, knowing when to rest, knowing when to give, knowing when to receive. And also laying down those sturdy foundations so that you can feel more comfortable being in that feminine energy. Feminine energy will not come out if she does not feel like she is able to be vulnerable, she doesn't feel safe, if she doesn't feel like she has security. So you need to start providing those things for yourself. And it feels to me like by stepping into this Knight of Wands energy where you're living your life to the fullest and pursuing the things that make you happy and that light you up, your divine feminine energy is going to start feeling more comfortable in the world. Okay, more comfortable and secure in her place in the world. Okay, and it will allow her to flourish more. So you want to give her some structure as well to do these things. Okay, so work on that structure so that you can give yourself the opportunity to go out and do the things that you've always wanted, so that your divine feminine energy can release these blockages that are going on within her. Okay, so finding that inner balance, that inner harmonious relationship in yourself. And this is also saying you need to be in a harmonious, non-toxic relationship with yourself. So examining, you know, your self-dialogue, how you speak to yourself, the way you behave. Are you treating yourself like you are your own soulmate? If not, you need to get on that, okay? So with that being said, this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe. But if not, completely okay. And I am also open to private readings, so information on that will be in the description box below. So with that being said, I wish you guys the best of luck, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye! Alrighty, and welcome into those of you who chose group number 3 for your reading. So we're going to go ahead and jump right on in. Like I said, the first few cards are going to be showing us your strengths. If you resonate with that, more than likely the rest of this video is going to resonate with you. So let's go ahead. As a strength, we have coming through, we have the Magician and the Nine of Wands. So this is very, very beautiful energy. With the Magician coming through, this is telling me that you are somebody who is a very powerful manifester. You are somebody who can really create the world that you want. And I'm getting this is coming through because you have a very strong sense of belief. Okay, you are somebody who is almost very magical in essence. Like your beliefs are so strong that and I want to say stronger than others almost. And what I mean by that is, you know, if you believe that you have like a superior immune system and that you're never going to get sick, you literally, that happens for you. It's almost as if it's like a placebo. You know how they've done test runs and test trials on medications, and they've given test groups placebo pills. And those placebo pills, just the act of believing that this pill is going to, you know, cure whatever ailment or pain that is going on in my body, just that belief alone was able to actually have the effect as if they actually took medication in the first place. And so it's almost like that. It feels like your mind is very powerful. You're a very powerful manifester, very magical person in essence is what I keep getting. And then we also have the 9 of Wands coming through. So this is, not only are you someone who is very good at manifesting, at creating your reality, okay, you are also somebody who is very persevering. You're somebody who has, you know, either gone through a lot. This is the 9 of Wands. 9s are ends of cycles. So you went through the whole suit in theory. This is 1 through 9. You went through all of those trials, all of those challenges. 9s are nearing the end of a cycle. This is nearing completion. So you have persevered through a lot. And because this is the suit of Wands, Wands being our energy, our creativity, our impulses, our primal instincts, this is saying that you could have been through so much that have really taken a toll on you, taken a toll on your energy, but you still persevered through it and you got up regardless. Okay, so these are your strengths. I also am getting, you know, you have like unshakable belief or unshakable like belief in self. And it's a belief that I'm feeling has manifested for you before, where people may have come up to you and been like, that's not possible, you're not going to do it. Or that's not possible, you can't, like, you need to do this, this, and this before you can do it. Or like, are you sure? Like, you know, just other people coming out of the woodwork and like putting doubt into your mind. I feel like that never bothered you. You have this unshakable belief in yourself. And with the Magician coming through as your strength, this is telling us somebody who has successfully manifested things before. So it's almost as if you've either, you know, done what everybody said that you couldn't do, or you have really manifested just a beautiful life for you outside of the norm of thinking that others are trapped in. And then we also have, okay, so those are your strengths. So very beautiful off the bat. Now we're going to go a bit deeper. Take a look at which weaknesses you kind of need to be focusing on at the moment, okay? We have the 9 of Pentacles coming through as a weakness, and we have the 7 of Wands coming through as a weakness. Okay, so 9 of Pentacles, this is the card of the strong, independent woman who doesn't need nobody. This is somebody who got her own. Okay, this is really beautiful energy. This is a self-made woman. You don't have to be a woman though. This is divine feminine energy, meaning you are somebody who really just like, almost like magic again, attracts things to you. This is a strong, independent person who has built her own wealth. As you can see, all these pentacles around her. She's built her own wealth, her own everything. It's like everything she's ever wanted, she's given to herself. She's independent, she's strong. Really beautiful energy. But the one thing that I heard was, but she's alone. Okay? And again, we're coming through with the 9. So whatever you had been through in the past with this 9 of Wands right here, it turned you into this 9 of Pentacles. You came out of it really beautifully. You came out of it and you flourished, okay? Like you really found your strength. But I'm hearing, but they're alone, right? And so this card, what I want to draw your attention to, this is the 7 of Wands. Now on the back of this card, this is the vice versa tarot. On the back of this card, we have these wands standing up, you know, almost like a fort, right? So this person is getting ready to battle, like fortifying himself, right? These are like the stakes that you leave out on your lawn in a zombie apocalypse so that they can kind of like, you know what I'm talking about. I watch too much Walking Dead, so you know, right? But yeah, in the traditional tarot as well, you don't see the bottom of these stakes, so it can be implied that there are people behind them, people kind of holding these stakes up. But if we turn it around, this is the side that came out for you. we can see that there's shields on the ground, right? Take a look. Let's see. Let me get it into focus. If I can. Right. Oh, no. Oh, yes? No? Okay, right here. Right, so we can see there's shields on the ground. There's helmets on the ground. Clearly, whatever battle was there has been long gone. But this person is still standing there. And he's still, he's still waiting. He still has his armor up. He still has his, armor on, his defenses up, his weapons up. So this is your weakness, okay? Not this energy right here. There's nothing wrong with being independent. What's wrong is there may be a hyper independence. There may be something that really scares you and forces you to kind of be by yourself more often than with others, that kind of forces you into this isolation. And it's this energy of feeling like, I'm getting some of you may have trust issues. I'm getting some of you may always be on the defense, expecting people to just do the worst to you or just do you dirty or just... Excuse me, I need to take some water really quick. Right, just do it. You expect somebody to do you dirty. You expect somebody to do something against you. And it's like, it's because I have this feeling that you have for so long been so used to fending for yourself and doing everything by yourself. And maybe even being let down and disappointed by people time and time and time again. That you don't trust other people to like hold up their end or to even be good people or to treat you right. And so, wow, it's almost as if like these two energies are very much like these are your layers, right? On the, like there's this side of you that is this beautiful divine feminine energy. This is nurturing, this is artistic and creative and abundant in more ways than one. But then there's this part of you, this invisible part of you that is like always ready to be disappointed by somebody, or always has their guard up, or is, always expecting somebody to do something wrong, or, this is just some trust issues, major trust issues coming through. Okay? And I wouldn't be surprised, because you're coming through, once again, like I said, through the nines. So you've been put through a lot thus far. It makes sense. So how can we heal this energy? We have the Two of Wands, and we have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so this is very, very beautiful energy once again. Now with the Two of Wands, this is saying, in life, okay, you have to expect that there's going to be difficulty and that there's going to be challenges. But you have to plan accordingly. You can't live your life in this little bubble that you've created for yourself. The Two of Wands, we have this man kind of holding this golden orb in his hands. Now, in the original tarot, it's a globe. So it quite literally can translate to, the world is in your hands. You can be anything that you want. Okay? Now, the message of this card itself from this deck is saying to prepare for challenge and prepare for whatever it is may come. A good way to cope with your fears, especially fears that cause you to isolate yourself from other people, meaning you may have fears surrounding other people or trust issues surrounding other people, is to say to yourself, worst case scenario, what would I do in that situation? And be prepared to, worst case scenario, pick yourself up from whatever, if that situation were to happen. Be prepared for it. But it's not saying don't expect, it's saying, it is not saying to expect it, however. Okay? You need to let this guard go on a break. You need to let him take a 10 real quick and tell him, I know that you have been protecting me. Like, I know I put up these walls because whatever, but now it's time to let them down. I'm going to allow myself to either, be vulnerable or open up, or, start putting myself out there again with either in terms of my career or relationships or like, whatever it is. And keep in mind, worst case scenario, this could happen. And if that happens, this is what I'm going to do. But no longer are you going to start putting a wall up to block, yourself from going out and for things to come in. Does that make sense? Okay? You have to move on strongly. And you have to know that the world is literally yours. You can be anything that you want to be. So again, that's one way to heal this energy. Another way, we have the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is saying, you need to dream big. You need to wish big. Okay? You've built so much abundance for yourself and you've manifested a lot. But I get this feeling, especially because this is coming below the 7 of Wands. I get this feeling, it's like you may be scared to manifest what you actually want, or you may be afraid to wish for what it is you truly desire, whether that be an ideal career, whether it be a partner, whether it be, whatever it is. It can even be something so small as, being afraid to go outside and go to like the gym because you have some type of self-image issue. And so you're afraid to kind of desire more because you don't want to meet that, you don't want to confront that fear. But it's like you do desire to change yourself in some type of way for the better. But, you feel what I'm saying? So this card right here, this is saying, start wishing, start dreaming, and start manifesting what it is you truly want, because you can have it. Okay, I'm going to put an example. So for example, this whole 9 of Wands could be talking about somebody who was wounded a lot, like whether in relationships or in love. And you put yourself in this isolation, keeping everybody out, and you got your guard up, ready to tackle on anybody who even comes near you, okay, ready to snap at any moment. But you're blocking out what it is you truly desire, and not only are you blocking out what you truly desire, but you end up entrapping yourself. So be prepared for it all, okay? Know that life is not without its hardships. But do know that you can move on from it and you can have more. And start wishing. So let's say you do make to heal this energy, you decide, okay, I know I've been hurt in the past before by these relationships, by these people. I'm going to start manifesting healthier relationships. And it might be scary at first and you might not trust every person you meet, but it's that whole idea of learning from the past. So let's say in the past while like in the past you would rather just put up those walls, not trust anybody and not talk to anybody, okay? Moving forward, you would, in the back of your mind know that worst case scenario can happen, and if it happens, this is how I will deal with it, but not allowing yourself to subject everybody outside of you to this wall that you put up. Does that make sense? I really hope it does. So it's like you admit to yourself, what it is you wish for, what it is you're dreaming for, and you start making that intention. I'm going to manifest more harmonious relationships. And you go out and you start meeting people, and with whatever boundaries you have in place, whatever lessons that you've learned from past relationships, you start discerning who is for you and who is not. Okay? Another example could be careers, something that I've been hearing a lot. Someone wants to hear about a career, to put it into perspective. So with the 9 of Wands, let's say you're in a creative field, just because I work in a creative field and I know a lot of people who do. So let's say you are auditioning for a show or something. And let's say in the past you've auditioned a lot and you've been rejected so many times. But that hasn't stopped you from building your wealth. But now you're afraid to kind of branch off and dive back into that field, whether it's, let's say it's music. Okay, let's say you're like auditioning for Broadway. And so now it's like, you've built your success and you're stable, but deep down you still desire to be on that Broadway show, but you fear the rejection, and so you stop yourself from, you put your wall up, you stop yourself from going anywhere near that. Okay, so it would then be about accepting worst case scenario, accepting that you may not get what you want, but be prepared to handle that in a healthy way, and then put yourself out there and begin manifesting it, and knowing that whatever doesn't work out was not meant for you. That there's the saying that rejection is God's protection or God's redirection, so acknowledging that as well. And those are some examples. Okay, so that's how you can heal this feminine energy, that energy of you kind of isolating yourself and keeping everything out and having these walls. You simply just need to be prepared for the worst case scenario, but do not expect it, and then start actually and actively manifesting and trying to maintain these manifestations, doing the work for it. Visualizing, affirming, and then taking action out in the real world. Okay? And then the aspect of life that you need to focus on most right now, we have the Three of Pentacles, my bad. And Three of Pentacles, so this is earth element, so this is saying you really need to focus on the here and now, your external reality, okay? So every card group got earth for theirs, but I'm feeling yours is a little bit differently, but I'm still going to say what I said for everybody else, which is the earth element. So for whoever this resonates, the earth element, this is going to be focusing on your health, on your wealth, on your career, on your finances, and on your sense of security. Security with self, security as in your foundations, the life that you are building, making sure you are setting yourself up for success. Now, a little bit different for you, for this group in particular, what I'm feeling, this is the Three of Pentacles. And so this is all about collaboration and teamwork. Look at that. And so it's saying you really need to focus on putting yourself back out there with people and learning how to collaborate and be a team with others. Okay? Really learning that, not everybody's going to be perfect. Not everybody's going to live up to your expectations. As long as you are living up to your expectations and you're able to create harmony with other people, it'll work out. You're really being called to start putting yourself back in with other people. And the reason why we have the Ace of Pentacles. Aces are always almost like the hand of the divine coming through and giving you something. And so the Ace of Pentacles wants to come through and give you opportunities, gifts, blessings in your physical external world. But it seems like you can't really, quite get that just yet if you're not putting yourself out there, mingling with other people. It feels like people are going to be very key in helping you out. And so you really need to break that barrier that you have up, break that wall that you have up, and really work on those trust issues and healing that. Okay? So with that being said, this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe. But if not, completely okay, no hard feelings. With that being said, if this really resonated, I am open to private readings, so you can go ahead and take a look at my description box for more information. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I wish y'all the best of luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye!